I went to the bookstore again. I have a book problem. Like a huge book problem. Like up to here book problem. But I also got a couple journals for my stories. Because I have so many in my head, it's not even funny. I'll show you them in detail after I pull them all out. I'm just showing you what they look like, and then I'll give you more detail after I pull them out. Britney Spears. Figured I'll need that. Okay, I had to. I just had to. Y'all, I had to. Okay. Bag over here. Okay, so let's get down to business. I got this one. I thought it looked interesting. The Cursed Tide, AY Book Club Edition, 25% off. Persola. There are tides that drown, and tides that bind, tides with voices not all kind. Moon kisses tides with pitch black eyes, and those that dance near the straight skies. A world that pulses and breathes with interact magic and a mystery that sprouts as deep and dark as it can be. Curious Tides is a marvel in astronomy. Amora might be a student at the prestigious Aldrin College for Luna Magics, but her healing abilities have always been mediocre at best until a treacherous night in the Dovermere Sea caves kills a group of her classmates and leaves her as the only survivor. Now, Eamor is pledged by strong, impossible powers that no healer should possess. Powers that would ruin her life if the wrong person were to discover them. To gain control of these new abilities, Eamor enlists the help of the school's most reclusive student, Baz, a bully already well diverse in the deadly nature of darker magic, whose sister happens to be one of the drowned students and Eamor's best friend. Determined to find the truth behind the drownings and the cult-like secret society she's convinced her classmates were involved in, Eamor, if I'm saying the name wrong, I'm sorry, is faced with even more questions when the supposedly drowned students start washing ashore alive, only for each to immediately die a horrible magical death. And Eamor is not the only one seeking answers when her new magic captures the society attention. She finds herself drawn into the world of privilege and power, all while wondering if the truth she's searching for might lead her right back to Eamor to face the fate she was never meant to escape. It's $12.99 in the US and $24.99 in Canada, ages 14 up. On the back it says it's $21.99. Yep. That's what I just said. I got these really cool books. $15.99. It's $8 it was. I like dragons. I thought dragons were cool. I hope it has enough pages. I got this one. It's 3 journals. And it's upside down. Nope, it's right so. The book tag is upside down. Book 8. Boulder Librarian Bookshelves. Set of Journal 3. Sets of 3 soft journals, foil journals. Each has a round spine with alternating lines and blank pages. 110 pages, foiled covers. Originally $13.99. Next book. Okay, Dela Green doesn't care. So I asked one of the Barnes& and Noble employees if they had a book suggestion for this specific type of book, and they said yes. A clever and steamy queer romance comedy about taking chances and accepting love with all its complex by Debbie author Ashley. Delilah Green swore she would never go back to Bright Falls. Nothing is there for her but memories of a lonely childhood in which she was little more than a burden to her cold and distant stepfamily. Her life in New York, with her photographer career finally gaining steam and her bed never empty. Sure, there's a different woman in it every night, but that's just fine with her. When Delilah's estranged stepsister, Asteroid, pushes her into photographing her wedding with a guilt trip and five-figure check, Delilah finds herself back in the god-forsaken town that she used to call home. She plans to breeze in and out, but then she sees Claire Sutherland, one of Australia's stuck-up besties, and decides that maybe there's some more fun, a little reputation to be had in Bright Falls after. Having raised her 11-year-old daughter mostly on her own while dealing with her unreliable ex and running a bookstore, Claire Sutherland depends upon a life without surprises, and Delilah Green is an unwelcome surprise at first. Though they've known each other for years, they don't really know each other. So Claire is unsalted when Delilah figures out exactly what button to push when they're forced together during the general of a wedding, including a plot to save Asteroid from her horrible fiance. Claire isn't sure she has the strength to resist Delilah's charms. Even worse, she's starting to think she doesn't want to. $17 in the US and $23 in Canada. Okay, I had to get it because it had my daughter's name on it. It was just saying, read me, read me. You know, Jade's on here. Scottish and action-packed, full of ambition, family, and gilded-ridden loves. Jade City is an epic drama and reminiscent of the best classic Hong Kong gangster films. Okay. Is there anything else? For centuries, honorable greenbone warriors have used magically jade to enrich their abilities and defend the island of Kekon from foreign invasions. Now the war is over and a new generation vies for control of the Kankin's blistering capital city. Four siblings of the powerful Cal family must prepare for battle, and the fragile peace between the clan is about to break. $19.99 in the US and $25.99 in Canada. People say bold, mortal arts, action, and vivid, world-bounding, terrific. Modern day epic. A shape grateful. Okay, my nose is like itchy today. Why are you so itchy nose? As a girl, I walked for hours alone in the silent woods behind my house in Louisiana, singing songs before going home. I would follow a path to our neighbor's house, through a landscape yard, and past a swimming pool. They had a rock garden full of small, soft pebbles that would trap the heart and stray warm in a way that felt so good against my skin. I'd lie down on those rocks and look up at the sky, feeling the warmth from below and above, thinking I can make my own way in life. I can make my dreams come true. $32.99 in the US and $39.99 in Canada. The Woman in Me is a brave and astonishing, moving story about freedom, fame, motherhood, survival, faith, and hope. In June 2021, the world was listening as Britney Spears spoke in open court. The impact of sharing her voice, her truth, was undeniable, and it changed the course of her life and the lives of countless others. The Woman We reveals for the first time in her incredible journey and strength at the core of the greatest performers in pop music history, written with remarkable candor and humor. Spears' groundbreaking meme illustrates an importance of woman telling her own story in her own terms at last. This will be an interesting novel. Jeanette McCarty. It kind of gives me Jet McCarty vibes, and I'm hoping it was good. It was 20% off if you have a Barnes & Noble discount, which we do. Okay, I have seen this everywhere. I hope this is the first one. I want to know if I like it. I was going to get 2, and then I'm like, I don't know. Even the future, the story begins with once upon a time, humans and androids crowd the red streets of New Banging. A deadly plague ravaged the population. From space, a ruthless lunar people watch, waiting to make their move. No one knows that Earth's fate hangs on one girl, 16-year-old Cinder. A gifted magician is a cyborg. She's a second-class citizen with a mysterious past and was revealed by her stepmother. But when her life becomes intertwined with the handsome Prince Kai, she suddenly finds herself at the center of an intergalactic struggle, and a forbidden attraction caught between duty and freedom, loyalty and betrayal. She must uncover secrets about her past in order to protect her world's future, because there is something unusual about Cinder, something that others would kill for. It is $11.99 in the US and $15.99 in Canada. Look for bonus materials inside. A New York's bestseller. Fairy tale are becoming all the rage. Myers' debate novel. A classic folk tale. So it must be like a Cinderella type of theme. So we'll see. While her sisters were given beautiful dresses and fine slippers, Cinderella had only filthy smacks and wooden shoes. Well, it'll be interesting, because I do have a couple of, like, based on Cinderella, couple of books. Okay. In Fame, the queer raisins romp you've been waiting for. 22-year-old aspiring writer Edith Miller and her best friend Rose have always done everything together, from climbing trees and sneaking bottles of wine to extensive kissing practice, but Rose has started talking about marriage, and Eddie is horrified. Why can't they continue as they have always been? Then Eddie meets the charming, renowned poet Nash Nolans, and rival of Lord Byron, if he does say to himself, and he welcomes her into his world of economic artistry and boundary-breaking Venice. When Eddie receives an invitation to Nora's crumbling Gothic estate in the countryside, promising inspiration and time to finish her novel, A Long-Held Dream, she eagerly agrees, but the pure Hansen and Debussons that ensures aren't exactly what she had in mind, and Eddie soon finds herself torn between her complicated feelings for Rose and her equal complicated dynamic with Nash, whose increasingly bad behavior doesn't match up to her version of her literary hero. Will Eddie be forced to choose between her friendship with Rose and her literary dreams, or will she be able to write her own happily ever after? $16.99 in the US and Canada, $22.99. In Famous, got another book by R.F. Kang. So I got another book by him because someone on TikTok mentioned that it was really good, and then I was like, you know what, I'm going to try to read it. So I got that one and this one. When War Orphan Ryan Ace the Kevin, the Europe wide test to find the most talented youth to learn at the academy, she surprises everyone. Test officials, the guardians who wanted to marry her off and further her criminal enterprise, and even herself. But a dark-skinned peasant girl from the south is not easy at sight. The most elite military school in Kenya, targeted by rival classmates for her cool poverty and gender, Rin discovers that gods long thought dead are very much alive, and that she possesses a lethal, unearthly power and adaptation for nearly a mythical art of shamanism that could be a weapon the enemy desperately needs. While Narca is a piece, its enemy or former occupies the Fredo of Mugan. Besides its time in a third Poppy War has just sparked by Rin's powers, may be the only way to save her people. Yet, as she discovers more about the god that has chosen her, the vengeful phoenix, she fears that winning the war may cost her humanity. And it already too be late. The book starts as an epic building some, and just when you think can't get any darker, it does. US $19.99, Canada $24.99. And this one I can't wait to read because I accidentally bought the third one, and now I just have to find the second one. I was gonna get the one with Belle on it, but they do not have it anywhere. It's called Rebel Rose, the Queen's Counsel. It's 1789. Wow, I almost said 19. Wow. My decalculate is kicking in, y'all. And France is on the brink of a revolution. Belle has broken the enchantment curse, restoring the beast to his human form and bringing life back to their castle in the principle of ending. Once she dreams of leaving her provincial home for a life of adventure, but now she finds herself living in a palace torn between her past as a commoner and her future as a royal. While Belle grapples with her newfound position, there are those who would do anything to keep her from power, and it's only a matter of time before the fire of change that are burning through Paris arrives on her doorstep. With the fate of her country, her love, her life at stake, Belle must decide if she's ready to embark her own strength and the mystery magic that ties her to so many female rules before her to become the queen she is meant to be. The captive new series, reimagining Disney princesses as rulers in their own right, woven together throughout history by a magical force known as the Queen's Counsel. What if Happily Ever After was only the beginning? So it must be inside. Or not. Hang on. It doesn't say the price. It's odd. DisneyBooks.com. If I lost my mind, is it in the back of the book? I don't see the price. Huh. I was gonna tell you the price, but it doesn't even have one. Pretty sure I already showed you these books and some of this stuff, but I was gonna some of my older books that I have are in here because I was moving them. So, just trying to go through Let's see what I have in here before I forget. Y'all don't need to know about that one. Oh, the Slender Man. Okay. Some of these are upside down. Very confusing me. Okay. Oh, I have 2 bags. Because some books belong in my bedroom and some books can be... Oh, My Story, Elizabeth Smart in the Cold Blood Rumen. It's a true crime books. You don't need to see this book. It's my first time getting a kind of book like that, and I am not ready for it myself. The Queen's Council can definitely go in here. Definitely excited to read the Rebel Rose. I'm not sure about this book, that's for sure. You can probably go... I'm not sure. If I'm not sure, you go here. Cinderella definitely can go in here. Brittany, maybe. Jade, definitely. So funny to say it like that, Jade. Jade. And I'm laughing because I said Jade like 5 times. If you don't wonder why I'm wearing flannel, because that's not typically me. It's actually really cold where I live. Not snowing cold, not raining cold, just cold. We could see our breath. It's super weird, because last year there was no snow. So, I'm not sure if this should be in my closet, in my bedroom, or out in the living room. So, in here for now. Rebel Rose can go in the other bag. That is for sure. If I can get to it. Come on. I definitely have like a few Disney books that I'm excited to read. I'm a reader, and I know you're probably... You read? Yes, I do. I read a lot. I do talk about it on my podcast, though, so you can check that out. Okay. But some of the books I don't want people to know I'm reading, or Jade to get into until she's older, I put it in my bedroom. Or if they're scary books. Because she doesn't need to read that yet, that's for sure. Okay. Let's see. Peace, love, books.